Aston Villa 1, Fulham 0. Aston Villa are 5th in the Premier League. Let that sink in. It felt like it was get in. So first half I thought we was utterly dominant. It was a brilliant performance in the first half, completely controlled the game. You know, passing out from the back, Mings and Konsa were terrific in the first half, and Fulham just didn't know what to do, did they? They couldn't press us, they couldn't get anywhere near us in that first half, and I was just sat there thinking, do that again and we'll run away with this. Second half, I felt like Fulham came out a bit of a different side. They had more urgency, they were pressing us more, they made it a lot more difficult, it got scrappy. But what do Aston Villa do? We dig in and we fight for those points, and we fought for those 3 points. Tyrone Mings' header won it for us. We're 5th in the league, and at this point in the season now, we've 5 games to go. All I'm bothered about is getting them points at farthest into Europe. So absolutely loving it. Let's hear what everyone else has to say. Justin,
all right,
talk
mate.
to me.
Well, it wasn't a classic, was it? We won't be buying the DVD of that game, but ultimately, at this time of the season, all that matters is 3 points. It's definitely result over performance. First half, as you said, you know, pretty dominant without really causing them too many problems. Got the goal from 3 or 4 corners in a row. Felt like it was coming at that point. Right, I'm really pleased Tyrone Mings has got the goal. And then second half, they raised it and we couldn't quite get the tempo going. I don't know whether this is a culmination of these 10 games, 10 games unbeaten. It's just what a phenomenal effort. It's a wafer thin squad. We haven't got to forget that as well. We've got a lot of players missing. It is a little bit of a worry the way the performance levels the last couple of games have dropped a little bit. But it's not unsurprising when they say the amount of players that we've got out. We're asking a lot of these players now, week in, week out. 3 games in a week as well. Phenomenal effort, 5th in the league. Let that sink in. 5th in the league.
Justin, you say the levels, but what are they doing? They're still getting points, aren't they?
Yeah, and that, like I said, it's result over performance tonight. With the Brighton game and this game, it hasn't been the flowing and the great we've seen in those previous games. But as I say, with 5 games to go, with a lot on the line now, Europe is on that horizon. We're like a thoroughbred racehorse, aren't we? We love an analogy on this podcast. We're a thoroughbred racecourse, and we've timed our run to perfection, and we're just about, I think, there. If we can just get a couple of decent results in these last 5 games, I think we should be all right.
Who've we clawed back now?
Well, we've done Spurs, haven't we? We're above Spurs, who have literally fell apart. That cliff has definitely fallen on top of them. So yeah, ultimately it's not a classic, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's not a classic because them 3 points, that clean sheet, another clean sheet, only 3 goals conceded in 10 games. What a phenomenal effort by this squad and this team. Kudos to Unai Emery once again. Just fantastic. Can't believe what we're seeing. Love it to bits. Bring on the next game. Up the Villa.
Ryan.
5th place, mate.
Hey,
5th in the league.
No, you've got to be buzzing about one thing.
Shall I tell you? Shall I tell you what I had? Little cheeky £2 bet. Tyrone Mings' first goal. Aston Villa to win. 1-0, 105-1. So that pays for my Man United ticket on Sunday.
That season.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mings. So yeah, absolutely buzzing with that. 5th place, another win, grinded out another win. What a habit we've got ourselves into, Luke. Just what a great trait, we're not conceding goals at Villa Park. You can call this place a fortress now. Is it 5 games now without conceding a goal at home? Unbelievable, just grinding them out. There's been a lot of minutes that have gone into the legs of these Villa players, and it did start to show a bit in the second half, but it was so controlled. And the first half performance, I thought we dominated, absolutely brilliant. We were so high, the passing was confident, the movement was great. We get the goal and we've just seen the game out, and Fulham really didn't lay a glove on us today, and it's just a brilliant habit we've got ourselves into, and we just keep rolling now, we just keep rolling to the end of the season.
When we look a bit under pressure, you don't think we're going to score, do you?
No. It's controlled, isn't it? We've got it. The confidence that Mr. Unai Emery has instilled in my belief in this football club now is beyond anything I've ever witnessed as a Villa fan.
And we've got to touch on one thing. Ever since we've done this podcast, we've been
shit.
Well, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Now, where are we?
5th in the league, kid.
on the march. And Europe now, it's in our own hands, isn't it?
Yeah.
7th place is the target, right? We're in 5th place now. Teams have got games in hand over us, but we matched Tottenham's results. We beat them down there at Villa Park. We are in Europe. I was at Craven Cottage, right? I was at Craven Cottage and I seen that fucking debacle, mate. It was awful. It was awful. And it's night and day, the difference between where we was as a football club on that night, coming back from Craven Cottage to where we are today. It's unbelievable. It's an unbelievable run.
When you were on that way home, if I'd have texted you and said, mate, I think we'll finish in and around 5th.
Yeah, I'd ask the number for your drug dealer, mate, because he's selling you some good shit. Really is, mate. But it's crazy. No one, even the most ardent of optimistic Villa fans could predict this turnaround. No one. And buzzing for it. Bring on those last few games. Bring on United. Bring on Wolves. Bring them all on. Let's do it. Come on.
Right. What did you make of that then?
I think we can safely say that was a game of two halves, look. Unrelenting pressure in the first half. Really thought we were going to get more than just a single goal. Second half, different sides seemed to come out. Seemed as if they were told to sort of sit back and wait for chances, wait for breaks. That never really came. End of the day, it's 3 points.
Yeah.
Another clean sheet. We're 5th in the league and we're 10 games unbeaten. Up the Villa!